Peace, everybody. Welcome to Capital Combat. The name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch, and today I'm going to break down UFC 247, which is going down tonight on ESPN pay-per-view. Now, on this card, you got two title fights. One, Valentina Shevchenko defending her flyweight title against Katlyn Chookagian, and then you got John Bones Jones defending the 205 light heavyweight title against Dominic the Devastator Reyes. Now, actually, I think it's, yeah. Anyway, for the co-main event, not going to go into that too much. One of the reasons is couldn't find much footage on her. I tried to, look and see what kind of style she had, and outside of the UFC countdown video, there was not much on her, which unfortunately shows that they're not really thinking too much about her as an opponent either. That's sad to say. But from what I did see, she does offer a lot of movement, a lot of angles, which is really good. However, she's going against a multiple-time kickboxing Muay Thai champion and the reigning best fighter at 125 pounds, who's been in there with the likes of Holly Holm, Amanda Nunes a couple times. She's fought some of the tougher fighters in those divisions as well, and has come out looking incredible. And I'm talking about Shevchenko. So, watching that preview video that they had, Chookagian says, hey, Shevchenko has not seen anybody like me. And to be a 17-time stand-up fighting champion, on top of being a UFC champion who's fought in multiple divisions, I highly doubt that. It sounds like, self-talk to try to promote herself and get her confidence up. But as far as that actual new look, I don't think that's the case. So I think Shevchenko is going to come out and dominate this fight. She's got outstanding timing, excellent speed, power, and she has a varied attack that can keep her opponents guessing. She knows how to get to the ground when she needs to. Her striking is pretty much top level. She was able to get the better of Holly Holm, who was a very excellent striker. She was able to hang in there with Amanda Nunes twice, where several people can't even stay in the octagon with her. She is knocking out just about everybody. So the pedigree of Shevchenko is top notch. She's probably one of the best fighters in the organization, period. And it's showing with the performances. And I think this is going to be another notch under her belt. So let's talk about the main event with Dominic Reyes and John Jones. Now, we got the same thing. Reyes saying, I'm the most athletic guy he's fought. He's never seen anybody like me before. But when you look at the resume of John Jones, that doesn't seem to be the case. John Jones has fought just about every single person over the last 10 to 12 years that there has been in the UFC. He's fought the grapplers. He's fought the wrestlers. He's fought the strikers. He's fought a couple well-rounded guys. He's fought recently the new wave of guys who have several high-level skills combined, mixed martial arts. Before, you had guys who were specialists in one thing who were decent in other things, but they were really, really good strikers, like a Rampage or something like that, where now you got guys who are evenly leveled in several different styles. You got guys like Anthony Smith and Thiago Santos being two of those guys. Reyes does, however, possess Cobra-like speed. Like, his reaction times are impeccable. When he sees an opening and he takes it like that, and he can get to that target really quick because he is a very tall, large, light heavyweight. And he has shown some pretty good takedown defense as well, most notably against Chris Weidman. However, Weidman was coming up from 185 pounds, so he's a pretty small guy. So that may come into play against Jones, who is a consummate infighter excellent wrestling, was able to out wrestle the Olympic competitor in Daniel Cormier. So we know what we get with Jon Jones. Jon Jones is like, when you talk about the great fighters of a sport, you're talking about Jon Jones with the likes of Floyd Mayweather. You're talking about him with the likes of GSP, Anderson Silva, to a smaller degree, someone who was highly skilled but not as popular, like a Andre Ward or Demetrius Johnson. Those guys who are pretty much as complete as you can get as a fighter. And until the point that someone actually shocks and beats Jones, it's really hard to pick against him. I know a lot of people are saying that Reyes needs to pressure him and be in his face early. Jon Jones has already experienced that, and he knows how to stop a guy from doing that with his leg kicks, with his jab, with his timing. He's able to disrupt people from trying to rush him when he doesn't want to be rushed. And then he can get in there and make it ugly, where he can grind you against the cage, throw his vicious elbows, foot stomps, different things. He's going to be doing things to disrupt your rhythm while building his. And it has proven to be a sound strategy, because no one has been able to win a consistent amount of rounds against him. He's had the close decisions versus Santos' first Gustafsson fight, but outside of that, it's been Jon Jones dominations. And I see this one probably starting out kind of close, whereas the speed of Reyes will be able to get him a few punches landed, but nothing that's going to surprise Jones. Jon Jones keeps everything in front of him, where he sees everything coming. Like I said, like those previous fighters that I mentioned that are very good at controlling the tempo and controlling themselves, while also beginning to control their opponent, which is the highest level of combat when you talk about being able to control what your opponent does on top of doing what you do well. So I think Jon Jones will win another decision on this one. And like I said, it's going to start out close, so some people may even see it as a split. The judges may see it as a split. But however, Jones will walk away from UFC 247 with his light heavyweight title. And we'll talk about what happens next, if that happens, because they still got to fight the fight. And I don't know how many times we've said that just because it looks that it's going to go one way doesn't always mean that it does. So that's it for this video, guys. If you are looking to see what we think about the Showtime boxing match featuring Gary Russell Jr., Rob already has that video up. So if you're subscribed, you've already got the notification bell hit. You already know that video is up, and thank you for watching that. So subscribe so you can catch all of our boxing and MMA breakdowns, our recaps where we talk about what happened after the fight and compare it to what we thought was going to happen, and sometimes laugh at how wrong we are. Subscribe and check those out too. You can follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Capital Combat. You can hit us up, capitalcombat@gmail.com, if you got any questions. But hit us up. We love to talk to people, talk fighting, and everything that comes with it. So we'll see you in the next video. Until then, fight on.
Round one, and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and cost. My fists are on fire. I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage. Keep thinking that it's a game. I kick crime, hurricane. I told them I don't play. I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.